I am now going to demonstrate how to do glue art. I've got here a Bosch glue pen, which is all charged up, and I've also got my glue gun plugged in. What I'm going to do, I have got here some test sheets of paper, and I've got here some pieces, 2 pieces of board, the right size, well the size that I like. It is actually 9 inches by, excuse me, turning this so I can get it, by 6 inches. 6 by 9. Now all I'm doing here is just doing a little sketch to demonstrate how you draw a weird little flower, basically. I do a couple of flowers down here, bits and bobs everywhere. That's a leaf, hopefully. But this is not as good a drawing as the one I actually used. I'm just demonstrating how to do it. I was doing it in a bit of a hurry, but it doesn't matter. You can do it however you like. If you're a lot better at drawing than I am, then obviously you'll get a lot better result. But I'm just showing how to do it. Okay. So we've got some closed ones, and we've got some open ones. So they're sort of picture shaped, those ones. And of course I also did a mushroom. So these are all the blooms. Okay. I think this is a slightly better drawing than the other one, but you know, practice makes perfect. What I liked about these is the combination of putting something under the mushrooms so that it looks like the spores are falling, and the pods have seeds bursting out which are somewhat bigger, and that can have 1 or 2 bits coming out of it, but we'll do those smaller if we can manage it. Small is not easy unless you've got a fine tip glue gun, and luckily this one has quite a fine tip on it. The other one doesn't have quite such a fine tip. So let's put some seeds in here. Now, doing these close together, I'm going to have to wait for some to dry before doing some more. So it doesn't matter that I've got a mistake, or what I class as a mistake. You might call it a happy accident. I think it's a very unhappy one. I'm just speeding this up because, I mean, who wants to waste time watching somebody draw something which is not that brilliant. But I'm putting some little dandelion flowers in there, and a little mushroom with a twisted cap. There you go. I'm getting the blobs smaller when I can. See, it's quite delicate, but it's also quite easy to let it run free when you don't want it to. You've got to try not to push the trigger too much, because it can half gloop out if you do that. Sometimes I get a little blob, sometimes I get a slightly bigger one. Okay, so I'm speeding this up again because, I mean, all you can see is my hand going pop, 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 pop. That shows you how you can do a nice sweeping movement with the glue. And no matter which way up you've got it, so long as you know what you're doing. It's easier to do it the other way up. That's the way you do it. That's doing the dandelion, and then you just fill in all the little blobs and blibs. And then this is me now gessoing like crackers, because I find that everything sticks better with the gesso, especially if you're gessoing over the glue, you see, because that way you've got some purchase on the glue, because the glue's quite shiny, and this just gives it a little bit of grit, a little bit of, well, they call it tooth. So, and once that's done, I usually, sometimes I can get away with 1 coat, but this particular gesso I want to do 2, because it's a bit, So there's me having a go with that one, showing you how to do the nice sweepy movements. And there's the other turtle. I think I put that on a journal for someone else. There you go. Right, well, here is the turtle. You can see it's quite stringy, all those bits, but I can snip those off, no problem. And here is all the seeds. These worked out really rather good, actually. I'm quite pleased with those. One or two are a bit blobby, and I will cut those out and redo. But there you go. Not looking too bad at all. Just got to put gesso over the top after trimming off the strings, and then you can start putting colour on. I'll get back to you when I get to the next stage. Okay. Here we've got the other one, the turtle that I did with seaweed and so forth, and going over it as per the other one with the glue pen, sorry. You do need to use hot glue in this one, not the cool glue, because I find that it jams up that pen otherwise. So there we are. I'm just trying to push it down to make it work. So it does work in the end. There you go. Right, now what I'm going to do now is do a little bit of spraying on here, and I'm using fresh lime, dirty martini, cut grass from the greens. These are Dilutions inks, and I've got vibrant turquoise, calypso teal, London blue, and After Midnight on the blues. And just in case I might use these, probably will use lemon zest, or there's pure sunshine, and I might not use the squeezed orange, but I have them standing by. I'll probably use the lemon zest. I'll start with greens and just add a little bit of blue afterwards. I may not use all of these. So anyway, I was thinking about putting a mask on here, wasn't I? I may do that before I start. Right, now I've cut my piece of paper, my mask, and all I've done with this is just an old scrap bit of paper that I've cut to the right shape. Now, how to cut to the right shape, what I did was I used a 6B pencil out of here. Quite simple. Here's my 6B. And all I've done is gone over the top of the glue with the pencil and then pressed this down, rubbed it in order to transfer the pencil mark to the paper, and you get a nice accurate outline that way. And after that, I then thought, what am I going to use as a temporary adhesive? Well, obvious answer, blue tack. So I just made little balls of blue tack, as you can see, and just put them in various places down here, and just press the paper on top, and that should be quite sufficient, I hope. Never tried this before, but it seems logical to me. So, off we go. We ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's have a spray. Right, we've got that. That was our lemon zest here. And then we'll do, it'll probably disappear in all this, because this is cut grass. I've got fresh lime. Let's try fresh lime. Bit of fresh lime. Some may go underneath, but don't mind, I can always go over it afterwards. Bit of cut grass. So let's go on to the vibrant turquoise, see what happens with that. Right, and calypso teal. It's very close to that, actually. I want to make sure I get some in this little gap that I went to so much trouble to cut out. This is London Blue. Doesn't matter if you go over some areas, because we want it to all mix in. Now a little touch of the purple. Because it is quite strong. Okay, painting seaweed. Now I'm using a mixture of ultramarine blue, and I know what I haven't done. Oh, you idiot. That's what I haven't done. I should have prepped the surface first, and I didn't do it. Well, you can see what happens when you don't do it. I need a spray bottle, an empty one, and to put some of this airbrush medium in it. That's what I need to do. And I need to paint over that with white as well. I may as well do that at the same time. Okay, scratch that. I'm working backwards now. Oh, now before I start with the bottle and that, I just wanted to mention that because I put this paint on here and then tried to take it off, I also, when doing that, took off some of the ink underneath. And I liked that. So what I've done is I've dampened the tissue and gone over with a bit of kitchen roll, all of these in order to remove the colour. And I think I'll do the same on that bit where it's smudged in before I try adding the sprayed on airbrush medium, or without adding here the gesso, white gesso. So we'll just go over it just for a moment, see what happens. It does lighten it a bit on there as well. Doesn't matter so much because I'm going to go over the whole thing with airbrush medium. So here I'm soaking up the excess paint because I want to lighten it somewhat so that the lighter colours will show up a bit better. It works quite well. I think it's just a damp tissue. It could be a baby wipe. I can't actually tell by looking at it. But either will do. Now, I'm doing a little bit of acrylic on this here turtle. Now, I've just done this bit here and it's shown me where I've missed with the ink, but that's easy. All I've got to do is get a very small paintbrush and the inks I was using and just paint it. Very simple. In the meantime, I'm going to have a go at putting some colour on this chappy here. Now, I was thinking of doing brown, a browny orangey red, and then I thought, I don't have to. I can use any colour I like. And I like purple, and I think it will go quite well with this. May not be the colour that turtles usually are, but it's just tough, isn't it? Just mixing a bit of dioxazine purple, yes, and with some cerulean blue and some acrylic glazing liquid gloss and matte medium. You put the acrylic glazing medium liquid gloss and the matte medium together to make a satin medium, which is a nicer effect, Dawn Durantos says, than gloss. Gloss is not very easy to paint on anyway, and I want to keep going because I want to do glazes and, you know, just keep going with my colours. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go over this part with it, painting, so that we've got enough time to upload this thing. It's just painting, that's what it is. I'm painting over the pencil markings because I wanted those to show through still slightly. So it's just a bit of acrylic paint. It doesn't matter what colour it is. I happen to like purple and lilac, so there we go. The tiniest bit says she's spraying more than she'd meant to. The Dirty Martini and a bit of Calypso Teal. Plenty. See why I'm wearing my nice pinny. A bit of After Midnight. I also want a bit of that lemon zest. Lovely. Now, with my littlest paintbrush, put a bit of that in there. Starting off with the lightest colour. And then that's better. So I've just speeded this up again because it's so fiddly, this little bit, and all I'm doing is matching the mist bits with the background, that's all. Just little bits of green, little bits of blue, blending it together. There you go. You wouldn't know there had been a gap before when you see the final result, so it worked quite well. There is perhaps just one more item I should mention in relation to glue art. I'm sure there are lots of others, but I've been talking about using a glue gun to create patterns on a surface and to then gesso or paint those and going from there. But there is one other thing. You can put glue down on a surface and then cover with tinfoil, which I've done before, and I'll show you that in a moment. But there's also, you can make moulds. Well, make casts from moulds using glue. Now here is a mould I have made before, and that is a cast made with polymer clay out of this mould, and I filled the same mould with glue using my glue gun. It used about one entire stick, and this is the result. As you can see, it's not too bad at all. You can see the profile there, and that covered in paint would be just as good as that. There is one slight little teeny weeny error where the glue didn't quite go into that eyebrow, as you can see just there, look. Did not quite make it into that eyebrow, but the rest of it isn't too bad at all. Compared with that one, it's not at all bad. So you can do that with glue as well to create art. Okay, here is another useful glue, another glue art option. This is a journal cover, the front piece here, the book rings, ready to thread pages and a back cover on. I've got the back cover up there. But this one, I wanted to show you this because this has string here, which, you know, we've used before, but it's also got glue used in much the same way as on the Turtles and Seed Pods journal. But on this one, after putting the glue on here, big glue blobs here and little glue here, that's string and that's string, but these are glue. And after putting these on, I then covered the whole thing with crumpled tinfoil. You crumple the tinfoil up first, then you glue it on. You paste everything with PVA, and before it dries, put the tinfoil on and smooth it out as best you can. You will never smooth it out totally, which is why you get these lovely little textural effects. That's how you get that, by crumpling the tinfoil first. And then you smooth it round carefully, you know, so you don't ease it all, put it all on together. You ease it into position so you can push the tin foil in so that it covers everything nicely, but you've still got the impression underneath. And then what I did with this one was I then painted it with black acrylic paint, waited a few moments, and then began to rub it off in the same direction as I painted. So if I painted at the top first down to the bottom, I'd start rubbing it off here. So you give it a chance to dry a little bit and rub most of it off. You don't get all of it off, but you do get quite a lot off. And then you go over it, or I did on this one, with acrylic waxes, Gilder's waxes, which is not acrylic, it's wax with colour in it. And this is the effect I got here. I did the same sort of thing on the other side. That is also glue, 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 glue. So that's another way of using glue to do art. Okay, hiya, I'm just finishing off this little bit of painting here. I've decided to give it a little bit more oomph on these, well, I call them pearls. They're made from glue. Little glue dots, well, quite big glue dots in this case. See? I just wanted to give them a bit more punch. And I think that does it. There we are. And now basically that is a finished turtle front piece of a journal. There you go. I don't think I might do a little bit on a couple of the back ones like that, just to give it a bit of, well, a bit more consistency, you know. So like that. And the similar on this one. A little bit more paint on that. It's not paint really, it's Deco Arts Media spray. So it's meant to be a spray. I think this is actually a, yes, this is a shimmer one. It's violet shimmer mist, but I think that is it. A little tiny bit at the top of that one. And that one. There you go. Right, now all I've got to do is wash my paintbrushes. And there you are. I think that is lovely. I sort of sprayed this, apart from the bits I've just painted, with a sealer. So everything's got a little sealer on it. That's looking a bit darker perhaps than it was before. This has no sealer on it, and I'm more or less inclined to leave it as it is. I may not, but I want to put some Gilder's wax over here. And then that's that, finished. That's one front and back of a journal. So there you go. I'm done with glue art. Okay, bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, tick the little bell if you want to be notified of when I upload anything else. Thank you very much. Bye.